The information provided on this podcast is intended to be educational and informational only and is not considered to be formal legal advice. The listener should not take or refrain from taking action based on its content. Any listener in need of legal opinion upon which to rely in decision-making should consider formally engaging an attorney to review relevant facts in detail and examine the pertinent law as it applies to those facts.
Welcome to Real Estate Milestones, where we explore fascinating topics in commercial real estate with knowledgeable industry experts. I'm your host, Ben Malik, and I'm a young real estate professional who is passionate about adding value to people's lives through the incredible power of real estate. My goal is to help you discover what the heck is going on in the industry and how you can get involved. This is Real Estate Milestones, where your future in real estate lies just around the corner.
Hello, everybody. This is Ben coming to you from New Orleans, and we got Adrian. I forgot to ask you how to pronounce your last name.
No worries. It's Chuquillangui.
Chuquillangui. It's not that hard after you say it, but it's you can see how to read it. But cool. So Adrian is the director of St. Joseph's Capital, a commercial real estate investment company with the purpose of inviting faith-driven leaders into a world of new streams of passive income and impact while assisting missionaries committed to sharing the hope and joy of the gospel with high school and college students worldwide. He's also the host of the St. Joseph's Capital podcast, which is a collection of interviews with top experts in the real estate industry with a focus on the synergies between faith, personal growth, impact creation, and real estate investing. A lot of good stuff going on for you, Adrian. Can we start out with you telling me about your first milestone in real estate?
Sure, Ben. First, just thanks for having me on the show. It's awesome getting connected with you. And I would say the first real estate milestone for me was just having different kinds of mental seeds planted in my mind from different books to kind of have me put on that direction of hey, let's invest in a proven asset class like real estate that can produce passive income. And I would say that would be the first step, but using the VA loan as a military member was definitely being able to put zero money down on a single family property was a huge milestone for my wife and I, as we we're looking for a place to live at one of our previous duty assignments, and then just kind of growing from there and expanding into the commercial multifamily realm and doing larger syndications.
Yeah, that's awesome. And when I first heard of the VA loan, I was already in college. I was like, what am I doing here? Like I already started learning about real estate. I was like, wait a minute, like this is awesome. Because zero money down with someone who has, limited capital seems like a pretty good way of. Could you house hack? Did you house hack?
I did not know, since it was my wife and I, but always have that strategy in the back pocket, like, oh man, like if I was using this strategy maybe 5 years ago, it would have been a solid move. But I know a lot of other military members definitely take advantage of such an awesome resource, because you're able to wrap in renovation costs, or you have your eligibility that you can use more than once. And so it's just a really awesome tool that it's just super helpful if you know how to use it properly. And house hacking is just an added advantage when you combine it too.
Yeah, no, definitely an awesome resource, and you definitely deserve it. So thank you for your service.
Oh, it's an honor, man.
Yeah, and could you tell us a little bit about your role in the Coast Guard? It sounds like a interesting post, and then also if you learn anything that you've taken into real estate, you can share that as well, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just rewind a little bit. I would say that my journey in the Coast Guard kind of started with the game of basketball and wanting to play basketball in college. And I got an appointment to the Coast Guard Academy to play basketball there for 4 years. And I had no idea what the military, did, or, what the Coast Guard was even, but just kind of took that leap and saw it as an open door from the man upstairs, and did my undergrad studies at the Coast Guard Academy for 4 years, and then upon graduation, we also receive a commission to serve as officers in the Coast Guard, and so I served in a variety of roles. Among those, in the law enforcement capacity, search and rescue, drug and migrant interdiction, illegal and unregulated fisheries enforcement, partnership building with some of our foreign partners internationally. Those are just a few roles that I've gotten to kind of play around in the Coast Guard and see how our service operates and some of the missions that we're involved in.
Wow, yeah, that's really interesting. And then any lessons you take away that have helped you in real estate or in any part of your life?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say that just being involved in operations and seeing how things got done in the military, and trying to improve processes and improve the time that you can get something accomplished, along with the camaraderie and team building that comes with working on a drug case, or chasing down drug smugglers. It's like when you are coming together as a team and trying to accomplish something like that, it's definitely translates into real estate, into business, into life as well. And I would say one big lesson, I guess, that jumps out to me is just remaining calm, cool, and collected under pressure. And I feel like that's such a huge help, I guess, for me. This translated into the investing space. Like, if I can just carry myself in a calm manner, if you're walking into a negotiation or to the closing table, or maybe when you're structuring a deal and you're talking through those things, it's like, okay, like we're gonna create a solution from whatever we're working through. And it's like, it's definitely a lot of lessons learned from the military that are helping on the business side.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. There's a lot of good stuff there. So I see that athletics is also a big part of your life. Sounds like you had a similar experience in basketball with as to Adam, who started in basketball before getting into real estate. But a lot of people like to say that sports teaches you, the agony of defeat and the ecstasy of winning, and that kind of those kind of motivations, like being able to understand and deal with loss, and also trying to steer away from it and succeed, is like these kind of values I've gotten from my experience in sports, along with the team building aspect. Seems like there's a parallel to that in the Coast Guard and in the military in general. But I mean, if you could tell us a little bit about your sports background and how that's led you to where you are, that'd be super cool too.
Yeah, sure, Ben. I mean, I grew up playing soccer and basketball, and as I got a little bit older, I focused more on basketball and put a little bit more effort into it. But I love to shoot, man. I that was kind of one of my main roles, was to go on the court and to knock down shots. And so I always think of Michael Jordan, because he always said, like, you can't make the shots that you don't take. And he was entrusted with taking a lot of game winning shots that he ended up missing. But it's like, what did he do with those? He just kept going to the next game, like, with the mindset he was going to make it. And so I think that's always a lesson in the back of my mind, with real estate and with marketing too. It's like, okay, well, if I shoot 40%, that's like a good percentage. And it's like, you're not going to make all the shots, but you just got to keep focusing on the next one if the previous shot wasn't as good. So I think that can be applied to so many aspects of business, to know that you're going to fail. It's just a matter of being able to keep going, to to keep persevering and, just have that mindset. Like the next one is going to be money.
Right. That's awesome. And I'm a hockey player. So our
Nice.
idol Wayne, yeah, our idol Wayne Gretzky says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So we got the similar, legendary advice from people who've done this, who are, you could say, the best in their field. So definitely.
I think the best athletes in each sport are probably quoted with that same quote,
Oh yeah, probably. Well, it seems like we've just checked off 2 of them. Let's see, maybe you can check in some badminton catalogs or something.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So, shifting gears to what you're up to now. You have St. Joseph's Capital, and can you tell us a little bit about like the deals you're looking for, and then how you came to this role and then started this part of your journey?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll kind of rewind a little bit, kind of going back to, when the first time that I was really drawn to the world of investing, specifically real estate. It was really during a season of my life when, I was focusing on my personal growth as a man, personally, professionally, relationally, and spiritually. I grew up in a Catholic family. I was the 4th of 6 children. My parents did an amazing job at raising us and showing us this amazing gift that we had in the faith. But it wasn't really until my days, at the Coast Guard Academy when I encountered Christ on a deeper, more personal level. And so the Coast Guard Academy campus ministry had a relationship with this organization, Focus, which is the Fellowship of Catholic University Students. And so Focus has campus missionaries assigned, to the Coast Guard Academy. And there was really one missionary who really invested, a lot of time, and effort into me as a person, but also our friendship. And through that friendship, he invited me into a weekly Bible study, which is really where my relationship with Christ developed and grew. And so this Bible study led to friendships, to mission trips, to serving parish communities, to taking a pilgrimage to Rome. And it really was just a time of formation for me, as a man in preparation to step into, my vocations of marriage and fatherhood. And then, during this time of formation as a man, I had come across this parable from the Bible that, stayed on my heart for a while. And this parable is known as the parable of the talents, which is in the Gospel of Matthew. And it's really about a master who lends, or entrusts 3 servants to steward a different number of talents, in which that time in history, a talent was actually referring to the currency of the day. And so one was given 5, one was given 2, and one was given 1. The one that was given 5 went out and produced 5 more. The one that was given 2 went out and produced 2 more. And the one that was produced 1 actually ended up burying in the ground. And, he ended up, the one that was, buried 1 ended up being admonished. And so the big lesson with this parable for me was that, like, it's prudence and it's virtuous to produce more with what we are entrusted with. And so, reading scripture was having a profound role in my relationship with God during that time. But, I didn't really know what that meant for me financially at the time. And I was kind of hesitant to dive deeper into our financial situation and to have a strong focus on money, because I didn't want to take it away. I don't want that to take away from my relationship with God or, my relationship with my wife. But I started to develop this clarity, the clarity that we kind of talked about, on the pre-show. And my money mindset shifts kind of started to occur, and I started to see different ways to invest. Fast forward a bit to, once we had our first son, there was this moment where I was approached by a missionary who, he asked me to join his mission support team and to contribute financially to his ministry so that he could go do the mission and share Christ with students. And we were helping some missionaries, but we wanted to help more. And, this guy, he was a friend, but, I ended up declining to financially support him at this time, just because, now that we're creating a family, money was a little tighter, since my income was the sole stream of income, for our family. And so, I had this huge sense of frustration, because I realized that, I had been led to believe certain things about money and finances that were actually broken, in a lot of ways. And I started to understand that this broken mindset wasn't going to help us, achieve, this goal of time freedom, of being able to, not have to trade our, time for money, as well as to have, generous hearts and to be able to give, abundantly. And so, I began to see how there's, something lacking with that mindset. And I knew that God didn't want me to wait until, we're 55, when, our late 50s, when we can pull out our retirement funds. And so, I started looking for those different ways of investing. And, that's when I came across real estate and buying our property with the VA loan. And, I got involved with active duty passive income, which is an education community that's helping military members invest in real estate. And it really helps me through the process of analyzing, how to manage, a property. And so, I kept hearing about multifamily real estate, and I was like, why have I never heard about this before until now? I started to read books, listen to podcasts, educate myself, and network with other investors. And I ended up joining their multifamily mastermind and academy, and began building those relationships, and really just started to see the urgency, to respond to this call to use our God-given time, talent, and treasure to produce and bear fruit, to really leverage our financial resources, for His will. And ended up investing passively into a 72 unit syndication. And I started to discover the profit centers, of real estate, at work, whether it's, the cash flow that was coming in each quarter, the equity that was growing, and the debt paying itself down, or, that investment acting as a hedge against inflation, or, the tax advantages that I know you're passionate about, Ben. And also the leverage that you're able to use, and kind of leverage other people's finances and resources to be able to take down larger deals. And so, and then additional to this, you have your economies of scale, right? You're working with larger properties. If you have 100 units compared to 1, 2, or 3, when you have a vacancy, it's not going to be as big of an impact, to that net operating income. So really just, drawn to that world of syndication. And with St. Joseph's Capital, we are a commercial multifamily real estate syndication company that's focused on, B and C class multifamily properties and desirable markets that, are showing predictable passive progress, but also, being able to serve our investors, that are looking for something alternative to the stock market. We really believe that real estate is, cash flowing real estate, is the foundation for, generating wealth, for generating time freedom. So that's a, kind of went on a tangent there, but that's a rundown on where we're at, Ben.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, great story, and I resonate with a lot of what you said. And I read, it's really funny because that parable that you mentioned, I read it in a book for the first time, like maybe 2 days ago.
Okay.
Literally, I was like, wow, that's awesome. And then, of course, now it's like 2 days in a row, or like 2 days later, and I hear it again. But yeah, I mean, like I feel like some people have this notion to be like religious or to, honor God, you have to abstain from worldly pleasures, or money is kind of like it's sacrilegious. But I mean, like, your time can be committed to doing good and adding value in the way that you want to and you think is powerful. And then, investing in real estate and adding value to a B and C class and making it a little nicer, and helping people fulfill the simple things in the life that makes them feel happy, just looking around your space and enjoying being there versus being in a rundown place. Like, the ways you can add value with your money and with your time, I think is even more powerful than like than this thing you have to abstain from investing in money completely. So I mean, it's cool that you have that realization, and I think it's definitely a worthy thing to spread and instill in the community.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, when I came across syndication, I was like, what if we could leverage this tool to 10x or even 100x the number of people that we can help, not only invest their money, put it to work, and receive all the benefits of real estate, but also to serve their families at a high level with greater stewardship, but also to create impact for the sake of the gospel, and to help in the effort to foster opportunities for people to encounter Christ. And it's like, we can use these tools, right? It's like, if you see money as a tool, then you're a master over it. But if you're being mastered by money and you don't see it as a tool, then that's kind of like where, the challenge, I think, can be, especially from a Christian standpoint, in understanding, the relationship with money. So.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I mean, I thought it was really cool because I always imagined like a college missionary, or Ellis Hammond.
Yeah, he's in the mastermind too.
I figured him because you have a similar story, and I think he's going to be, actually, we already have a podcast date set up. He's going to be on the podcast in a few weeks, so I'm excited for that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right, yeah. When I found his story, or first heard him on, actually, I think it was on Anthony Scandiarato's Discovering Multifamily. I was like, okay, this is amazing. Like, this is this is an awesome why, and an awesome niche of the market. And I always imagine a college missionary would be like, living on donations, like struggling to get by, like trying to just like, not worried about how to actually, take control of his own life. You know what I mean? I kind of thought that, like, but in a powerful way, like having control of your own life is what facilitates your ability to, do the things and add the value in the way you want to, with like, the security of being flexible. So, I mean, I thought it was really cool when I heard his story and how he's able to balance everything, and then also teach people that, it's not unchristian to make sound economic decisions.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, like that might be a misconception out there. I mean, have you ever encountered that?
Oh yeah, all the time. I mean, I would say that Ellis and his podcast really had a huge influence and impacts on on my relationship with money, and I think the way that he presents a lot of the concepts around investing in real estate, and understanding that money flows to value, and understanding that you can use that, right, to glorify God and to advance his kingdom. I think that's such a powerful concept that can't be overexpressed. I think that we can continue to share that message, because I think there is so much potential for Christians to kind of respond to that call to use business, to use capital, to use investing for good, and to create a better world and better communities, and so much more. So happy to kind of shed light there, but definitely happy to highlight Ellis and what he's been up to and what he's done. So he's doing some great work.
Yeah, totally. And it's also really cool because I happen to be Jewish, and
nice.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it was really cool to like get so much, like I could resonate with his message without like feeling like it was isolating to, like, it was alienating me, right? Like, it's just such a noble cause. It's like, it's irregardless of what religion anyone is. I mean, like, yeah, he likes to speak to people he has a lot in common with, but I mean, the fact that, you know, he's trying to create value, like I'm trying to create value, and anyone who's in real estate and doing, you know, syndicating is probably trying to create value. And I thought that it was cool to, like, you know, get a religious inspiration from someone who didn't necessarily share the same religion with me, but had like the same values. And I think it's really cool to get down to the core of like why these religions exist, rather than, you know, the news, or like some of these like less deep core reasons for religion, and you know what they're aiming at. So really cool.
Yeah, no, I think that there are a lot of principles that, you know, Judeo-Christian principles that, you know, I think we, you know, both can relate on, and you know, I think there's a lot of discussion about money, you know, in scripture, and it's like, that's such a good resource that, you know, is also like untapped, you know, in terms of like finding references to, you know, how you live your life financially. And yeah, man, I could go on about that, but I know we got a show to get back to. So.
Yeah, no problem. Well, let's go into the lightning round. So it'll get increasingly harder as you go. So I hope you're ready.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
All right. What superpower would you want if you could choose any?
Oh man, I'd probably want to fly. I think flying would be cool.
Yeah, it's a common one in real estate. You know, make sure the roof's intact, and comp man.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So what's your favorite book, or what's the one that's helped you the most?
I would say probably the favorite book ever is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It's definitely a really, really good one. But yeah, I have a whole book list I'll have to share with you for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love book lists. I read so much, and you know, I gotta formalize my book list. You know, I think I might put it on. I might make a website just to have my own book list, so everyone can I can update that and have, you know, lead people to it through the podcast. It's like, yeah, I mean, I ask this on every show, and the list is getting very long.
Yeah, my problem is that I buy books faster than I can read them. So.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I do that, but yeah, I mean, that's good. It's always good to, you know, personal growth and development, and learning. Yeah. So, what motivates you to continue every day?
Just the motivation to serve my family, and to, you know, answer the call of you know, being a husband and being a father, and just, you know, see my kids, you know, happy, and just serving them really is the main motivation.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so, what advice would you give anyone who wanted to follow in your footsteps?
I would say start a podcast. Don't be afraid to use your voice to build a network around you. It's easier than it seems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I got to a point where I was like overthinking it, and like, oh, like what should I do? Like, what should my voice be? What should my direction be? And I was like, I realized that I couldn't even discover my voice without trying it out and like, you know, starting a podcast. So I'm glad that Adam Carswell was like, just press record, just start, just go, just do it.
Yeah.
And he's holding me accountable, and you know, no regrets. And you know, like there's been a lot of evolution from the beginning until now. So hope anyone who's been here the whole way has been seeing it. And I'm proud to share this experience with you. Cool. Amazing. So last one, since I put you on the spot, I'm giving you a chance for revenge. So ask me any question you'd want to know about me.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. What is your dream job?
That's interesting, because the way I approach my like a job is, you know, where can I learn the most about the things that I want to learn the most about. So this summer I'm going to New York City to study multifamily lending with Lument, who they do you know, a lot of government sponsored products and bridge loans off the balance sheet. And so I'm just trying to learn about the finance side and the leverage side of real estate, because I think it's one of the most powerful things that, you know, you have access to leverage in real estate, you know, more than any other asset class. And it's probably because, you know, maybe it's the most secure or least risky, or, you know, there's actually something tangible there that's scarce. But yeah, I mean, I want to learn more about, yeah, I mean, so essentially wherever I can learn the most about real estate. So yeah, eventually I'm probably going to be in in a place that is either paid by commission or through syndicating, place where I could be in charge of my own income. I'm not worried as much about security because I think that I can work hard and do what it takes to produce the income, but also add the value to the world that I want to. So yeah, I'm really looking for however to add value and however I can learn. It's a long-winded way of saying it, but yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Perfect. Well, Adrian, it's been a pleasure to have you on the podcast, and I'm sure everyone has learned a ton. And appreciate you sharing your story. Is there any way that people could reach out to you or learn more about you?
Yeah, absolutely. So feel free to check out our new passive real estate investing introductory course, which can be accessed if you head to stjosephscapital.com. It's stjosephscapital.com.
Put it in the description too.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, we got a new book that we just finished up, and it'll be one of the resources along with a few others, a part of the course. But yeah, head to the website, check it out, and let me know what you think.
Awesome. Well, everyone, I hope you guys continue to learn about real estate and make some more milestones. And thanks for joining us on this journey, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks for having me, Ben. This was awesome.
Yeah, thanks again, Adrian. Bye-bye.